Hello, today in this video I'm going to be talking about building our topology for our home network. So in my last video all we did was we just set up a ASA firewall and just allowed our inside to get to the outside. Now in our last video we had a 5540 firewall, my laptop, CenturyLink modem that goes to the internet. We added a link from the firewall to the laptop, named it our inside. We gave it the 10.10.10/24 network. We plugged into the firewall's gig 01 port and made that the .1, and we made our laptop the .2. We also added a link from the firewall to the CenturyLink modem, and we named that the outside, and we just used the DHCP set route command, which automatically gave us the 192.168.0.0/24, which in terms gave us 192.168.0.124/24 on our gig 00 interface of the firewall. And of course the .1 goes to the CenturyLink modem. Now today we're going to do a design, implement, and deploy one switch, 3 routers. We're going to name our switch main switch, router 1, router 2, and router 3. We're going to add a link from our switch to the firewall, and we're going to put it in gig 104 of the switch, connected to gig 02 on the firewall. And we're going to make this our DMZ, or our demilitarized zone, just because we already have an inside, we already have an outside, and we don't have a DMZ yet. Now, DMZ usually does not look anything like this. It's usually where file servers are or web servers are. But for now, we're doing this since it's our home network. We're going to use the 10.10.11.0/24 network in between the firewall and the switch. We're going to give it the firewall side .1. We're going to put this in VLAN 100. Now, I want to keep the switch running at layer 2. The switch I'm using right now is a 3750 PoE, which is layer 3 capable, but I don't want to run routing on it. But I want an IP address so I can telnet into the switch. So in order to do that, I'm going to apply this IP address of 10.10.11.5 onto interface VLAN 100. That way it stays at layer 2, but I can still telnet in there and it's not doing routing. I'm going to add a link from router 1 to the switch, router 2 to the switch, router 3 to the switch. And for router 1, I'm going to use port gig 00 connected to gig 102 of the switch. For router 2, I'm going to use port FA00 and connected to fast Ethernet 1048 of the switch. Router 3, FA00, and connected to FA1046. Now, these aren't just random ports that I'm assigning this in my topology. I will show you how my network is set up on my devices, so you'll see why I chose these. They're all going to be part of VLAN 100, and for router 1, the gig 00 interface IP address will be the .2, router 2 will be the .3, router 3 will be the .4. And last but not least, I'm going to run ERGRP routing protocol on the 3 routers and the firewall. Now, routers obviously run at layer 3, so I do need a routing protocol. I could static, but that's a lot of work and I don't really want to do that, so I'm going to use ERGRP 100 between these 4 devices. And let's go ahead and look at the devices I'm using. Alright, as you can see, I mounted my firewall up, and I actually have 3 total switches and 5 total routers. I have a 2851 router and 4 2811 routers. Now I've already plugged in all my cables. As you can see, this is going to be router 1, router 2, router 3, and main switch. If you can remember, I'm going to connect it from gig 00 all the way here to 102. This is gig 104, which is connected to my firewall in the back, and router 2 FA00 to 48, router 3 FA00 to 46. And that's why I chose these and why my topology looks the way it is. Alright, now let's go back and do the configuring. I'm just waiting for the routers and switch to finish booting up. And for this implementing, I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm not going to go inside the switch and the routers and manually type them all in one by one. What I did was I already pre-typed in my commands that I was going to put into the switch anyways and for the routers. Now, I will go through them. First of all, config T, host name, gonna name it main switch, as I said right here. Password, just gonna leave it the same as the firewall. Enable telnet, we're gonna use VLAN 100. Interface VLAN 100 with the IP address of the .5/24. And this is important. We need to use the IP default gateway pointing to the .1 because we are not running routing on this. So we have to use this command. It's important. And then interface gig 104, which is right here. Switch port mode access because we're not trunking anything. VLAN 100, speed 1. We're just going to hard code the speed and duplex setting. We could just leave it to auto and it'll automatically negotiate to 1000 full anyways, but I like to always just be sure. Keep it hard coded, speed 1000, duplex full, no shut. Now we got to interface gig 02. We pretty much do the exact same thing. Only difference is we're changing this part of it. And then we go to our router 2's, which is fast Ethernet. It's not a gig port, so I can only do speed of 100 duplex full, but everything's pretty much the same. And same thing with router 3's interface. Everything's the same, and I'm gonna end typing this exactly like how I would type inside the switch itself. Now we're gonna highlight this. We're going to copy it. We're going to start off with the switch first. So, no, as you can see, it is stock configuration, enable, and all I do is I just right click. And look at that. It's all in. Do a quick show run. Right here, 46 looks good. 47, yeah, 48 looks good. Our gig ports look good. We have our IP address here, IP default gateway here. And as you can see, interface VLAN 100 just came up. Okay, that's it. We're done with the switch. Now let's go to router 1. Alright, so router 1, I just plugged the console port in. Nope, same thing. And just like the switch, this one's a lot shorter. All I'm doing is I'm just doing the config T, enabling telnet, and all I'm just doing for now is the gig interface, duplex full, no shut, speed 1000, but I'm going to run ERGRP 100 and advertise the network that I have. So that's this part. Quick copy, Let's see, enable, right click, let it load up, do a show run. Telnet's enabled, router EIGRP is in there, and the interface is set up. That's it for router 1. Did the same thing for router 2. I'm going to quickly copy and switch out the cable. Alright, now we're in router 2. I'm just hit no. Alright, enable. Same thing. Just right click. Do a quick show run. We have Telnet set up. We're running EIGRP and our interface is set up. Simple as that. Now let's go to router 3. Alright, as you can see, it was able to find its neighbor. I'm in router 3 now, so let's do no. Enable, right click. Simple as that. And the reason why you want to use a notepad or actually document all of this is so that we have it saved. If we want to save it somewhere in the case that something happens, the configurations weren't saved, we have it all here. We can quickly just restore everything. And let's do a quick show run. Telnet's enabled, routing protocols enabled, and the interface is enabled. And as you can see, it's able to get the adjacency all set up. Let's see if I can ping the others. So I'm going to ping 10.10.11.2. I can ping that guy, 10.10.11.3, and I can ping router 2. And let's see if I can ping the switch, 10.10.11.5. And we got some ping loss, but okay, there you go. Now, last but not least, we are going to do the firewall. So I'm going to go in here. I'm just going to turn that into my firewall. Oh. I'm in. Alright, I'll show you exactly what I did. So I'm going to do, now let's see, for the firewall we're going to use gig02. So our commands, we're going to do interface gig02, hit enter. We're going to do name if DMZ, and we're going to do security level. We're going to set the DMZ as 50. We're going to do an IP address 10.10.11.1.255.255.250 and a no shot. Now, what's next? We're going to run EIGRP. So router EIGRP 100 network 10 10 10 0 255 255 255 0 network 10 10 11 0 0 and oh, I forgot to do speed 1000 duplex full. Just gonna do enter, copy, go into my firewall. Oh, I forgot the config T command up here. Alright, and I spelled network wrong, so let's fix this really quick. Okay, see, that's how you fix things. Config T, we'll just manually do this. Or P100. And we're going to actually save our command. So route. Okay, now let's see if we can ping the routers. Ping 10, 10, 11. Let's try the switch first. You can see it makes it there. Router 1, it's good. Router 2, it's good. And router 3, it's good. Now we can get out. We're done with the firewall. Now, the most important thing is, can we telnet from our laptop across the firewall through the switch to the routers? Let's find out. 1.2. Hey, look at that. We can get in. Router 1. Let's double check everything. Dot 3. We're in router 2. And 1.4. We're in router 3. So with today's videos, we were able to go from our laptop through the firewall to the switch and get to telnet to all of these. And one thing I do have to mention is, since we're in here, enable, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We cannot get out to the internet on the DMZ side. Just like the inside, we will have to create a NAT rule, which would allow the DMZ to the outside. That way we could ping. And I probably won't enable that just yet because there's really no point. I may do that in future videos, but we're just going to be done with this for now and leave it like this. And this is, like I said, a quick video of setting up your home network. If you guys are going to go for your CCNA, this is a great way to do it, or this is a great way to just keep learning everything. In my next video, I'm probably going to just show you how to enable the controllers to connect. I'm going to connect from 3, 2, and 1 using serial links. So that'll be the next video. I just want to show you a quick video of what your network should look like after everything is configured. You should have green lights for everything you plugged in. Everything should be working fine. As I said in my next videos, I'm going to be setting up these T1 controllers and showing you how to connect using serial cables. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe this video if it was helpful to you, and stay tuned for my next videos.